Hey guys, what's going on? Dit Commando here. Welcome to the channel, troops. My name's Ryan and I'm a former Royal Marine from the United Kingdom, and today we're going to be reacting to the average American versus the average British person, okay? How do they compare? It's a people comparison video that we're going to be reacting to, and I think it's rather fitting really, because I'm doing a lot of American reaction videos at the moment, and I talk a lot about my own experiences both in the military and outside of the military, guys. And you ask a lot of questions about, how we differ, how we're similar, what makes us tick, so to speak, because let's face it, Great Britain, United Kingdom, the United States of America, we get along. We get along like a house on fire. We love each other. There's a lot of passion. I never really hear any kind of negative conversation in regards to Britain and America. It's always very, very, very positive, and long may it live that way as well, guys. So yeah, before we get into this one, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and drop me a comment below if you want to speak to me, guys. And as well, before we do it, please check below in the links in the description at some point before we get before we finish this video. All my social media is there. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, you name it, and yeah, I'll get back to you guys. But enjoy this one.
Two of the closest allies in the world today are the United States of America and the United Kingdom of Great Britain, with both countries considering their bilateral partnership to be the strongest of bonds. The British-American bloodline runs deep, with millions of Americans identifying themselves as having either English, Scottish, Welsh, or Scotch-Irish ancestry.
Welsh. No, Welsh. Not Welch. It's Welsh.
Given these close ties, we thought it would be fun to compare these two powerful nations in this episode of the infographic show, The Average American versus the Average Brit. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad. First of all, we should explain what the United Kingdom of Great Britain is, as it's often an area of confusion. When we talk about the UK, we are referring to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is a sovereign state consisting of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The average Brit we are discussing today is someone from the UK. In terms of ancestral relations, according to a Census Bureau American Community Survey, nearly 27 million people identified as being part English, over 5.5 million said Scottish, about 5 million said Scotch-Irish, and nearly 2 million said Welsh. Although Irish and German Americans make up larger portions of the US public, it's thought there are a lot more Americans that have Brit blood flowing through their veins but no longer consider themselves being anything other than a full-blooded American. With this in mind, we'll start with some comparisons of a physical nature. The average Brit stands just a fraction taller than the average American, with the BBC lately reporting that the average man in the UK is now 5 feet 10 inches.
Wow, right, okay, I thought the average man in America was bigger by like a long way.
And the average woman is 5 feet 5 inches. American men average 5 feet 9.5 inches,
right,
and American women 5 feet 3.5 inches.
Right, well, 178. I'm literally 5'10", so I'm the average then.
Both countries are considered to be not so well proportioned when compared to other more developed nations, with a new report from the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation stating that the USA is in 18th place on the world's most obese nations list. Only Egypt was the other populous nation in the top 20 countries, which was filled mostly by countries in the South Pacific. The UK, however, might also need to get in shape, with reports stating that obesity is a national tragedy, and that by 2025 the UK will be the fattest country in Europe. According to the
You know what, guys? I agree with that. I'd hope it doesn't happen, but we got a lot of fatties in England at the moment as well. I don't know what it is. Lockdown hasn't helped, but yeah, you're either really, really fit or you're really, really fat in the UK. There's no real kind of middle ground. There's people who train, people who don't. It's as simple as that. I will say, however, the biggest people I've ever seen was actually when I was in America. Although few and far between, but when you did see a big guy, it was like, whoa, this guy's like 7'5" and 500 pounds, and you don't see them type of people in America, in the United Kingdom, for instance.
Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's latest report, the average American male is now 195.7 pounds, and the average woman is 168.5 pounds. The average British man is
76 kilograms. That's quite. Is that quite a lot for a woman? I don't know.
186.2 pounds, and the average woman is 154 pounds.
Right, well, I'm above the average for both of those, but I always have been. I'm quite a big stocky guy. When I was in the Marines, 5'10", 5'9" always weighed in at like 91 kilograms, but fit as a fiddle, and yeah, It's the thing. Height and weight sometimes doesn't always work. You've got people who are thicker set, more muscular. But yeah, it's all about your health, really. How fit are you?
The fact both countries are perhaps on the heavy side influence life expectancy. American men on average will live to 77.11 years, and American women 81.94. Citizens of the United Kingdom can expect to clock out at a similar age on average, with male life expectancy standing at 79.1 and female life expectancy 82.8.
Right, so we live longer, technically, in the United Kingdom. But that's not a massive gap. Oh man, sorry guys, keep pressing the wrong
The
button.
median age, meaning half the country is older and half the country younger, is 37.8 in the USA for men and women, and right on 40 in the UK. Which country is making more babies at the moment? Current statistics state that the US and UK are similar here, with births per woman in a...
Right, I'm gonna say the United States are having more children than the United Kingdom. Do you want to guess?
America averaging 1.84 and in the UK 1.9. Marriage rates have decreased in many developed nations over the last few decades. According to the CDC, in 2015, 6.8 people per 1,000 of the total population tied the knot in the USA, while in the UK that number was 4.5 per 1,000.
Right, yeah, marriage is really dropping, guys. Okay, I got married when I was relatively young, in my mid-20s, but yeah, I still wasn't like, you know, there's still a lot of my friends aren't married. They don't intend on getting married. Loads of people don't really care. But yeah, I got married twice to the same woman. We had a military wedding and a religious kind of ceremony. My wife's a Tamil, which is former Hindu. So yeah, marriage is not really a big thing. I'm into it. I think it was pretty cool to get married. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Is marriage on its way out, so to speak? I think it is.
42% of UK marriages end in divorce, with almost half of US marriages ending the same way.
Why? Why is that then? Why is it that people are hitching and then getting divorced, man? Is it the way socially we're kind of constructed to live our lives now? I think women have got a lot more independence now, which is fantastic. Men are expected to kind of do a lot of the considered female stereotypical roles. Now men are getting involved in, but you know, are people happier in that? All right. Sometimes we fight for things that doesn't actually make us happier in the end. Now, is the way our world is at the moment actually making men and women happier? Are their roles actually fit for purpose? I would argue that it's probably not. Okay. I think the fact that I don't know. I don't know. I don't think people are as happy in their roles that they identify as a man and a woman anymore. I think the men and women identify in similar roles in life quite evenly now, and I think that's actually probably one of the problems. I don't know, just an opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the chat.
On that sobering note, we'll take a look at money matters. In terms of industry, both nations are considered champions of the world, but according to the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, the USA citizen grosses a higher salary than the average UK person. The average gross salary in the USA was the 5th highest in the world at $4,893 per month, while the UK sat in 14th place on the list with an average of $3,461 per month.
Right, I need to move to America then to earn some more money.
In terms of cost of living, Americans might need the few extra dollars, with one report putting the USA in 18th place in the world on a cost of living index and the UK in 29th place. We must also note that cost of living and wages can change dramatically from city to city. If we take
Yeah, so let's talk about London, right? You need all the money you can get to live in London. And an interesting fact for you guys, pretty much as you know it, as I know it, most Londoners don't live in London anymore because they can't afford to. It costs so much money, all right, to live in London.
Take a look at the economics Big Mac Index, we find that the cost of a Big Mac in the US is $5.06, while the Brits only pay $3.73. At the same time, the index shows someone in London has to work on average 1 minute longer than someone in New York to buy the same burger. At the high end of the earnings scale, the US is home to the richest man on the planet, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, whose fortune amounts to around $87 billion.
Now I know that, right. This is an old infographics. He's not actually the richest person in the world at the moment. Who is it? Is it Elon Musk? At the time of recording in this 2021, I think it's Elon Musk, or is it? Didn't he just overtake the Jeff Bezos? Let me know in the comments, guys.
The richest person in the UK is actually listed as two brothers who are part of the Hinduja family. Their net worth is around $16.9 billion, according to Forbes. In total, there are 134 billionaires based in the UK, according to the Sunday Times, while the USA has the most billionaires in the world at 565.
Right, I think UK is doing pretty well there then, considering how small it is, okay? We're tiny in comparison. That's pretty cool. Maybe it's a bit of an area of interest for billionaires to live in. I don't know.
Do Americans and Brits get for all their hard work? Well, the Brits don't work as hard, according to one study that divided the total number of hours actually worked by the average number of people in employment per year. The USA was 16th on the list at 34.40 hours per week, and the UK was 24th on the list at 32.25 hours per week. The Brits also...
Wow, okay, so my day job, because I do a day job as well, I'll work in excess of 45 hours a week before I even start doing my own business stuff, so my working week's a lot busier than that. Let me know what your working week is like. If you're in America as well watching this, how many hours a week do you guys work?
Get more time off, with workers by law given 5.6 weeks of paid vacation time per year. In the US, there is no such law, and paid time off is an agreement made between the employer and the employee. The average paid...
Right, hang on a minute. So you could work for someone and not get any time off. What on earth is that about?
Days off in the US is said to be about 10 days, with that number increasing with the number of years in a certain job. The UK has less public holidays though, at 8 days, with the US enjoying 10 national public holidays. Americans may work harder, but they also seem to be getting more for their buck. While the British public have been dealing with drastically increasing property prices, they also live in very small abodes. Studies have found that Britain's houses on average are some of the smallest in Europe at around 818 square feet. American citizens on...
Yeah, that's probably about the size... In fact, I think my house is like 700 square feet or something like that. It's pretty small, guys.
On average can enjoy much larger living areas, with the average house size being around 2,160.
Right, that is... If that's the average house size on my estate where I live, like the most dearest, expensive, massive house is still less than that. So that's crazy. That has actually shocked me that the average house over there is that big. I need to move to America, man.
Square feet. The US also has more...
In fact, let's get some likes. If you can smash the likes... I don't know, I might consider moving to America.
In terms of vehicle ownership, America is third on the list of number of vehicles owned per 1,000 people at 797, excluding motorcycles and anything else on two wheels. The UK lies in 34th place on the same list with 519 vehicles per 1,000 people. Rising property prices, expensive cars, what does this mean in terms...
The thing is, though, America has, I've been told, a terrible, terrible, terrible transport system. I've been to America once for about 8 weeks. I was there in total and never had to use the transport system there, the public transport system. But the reason all Americans pretty much have a car is because they wouldn't get around any other way, you know. They just do not have a good public transport system. In the United Kingdom, yeah, I think we do. We do have a good public transport system. I can literally jump outside my house, jump on a bus to the train station, and it'll take me all the way to London, you know, no problem.
In terms of borrowing money, household debt statistics, which is measured by all money owed to financial institutions, whether it be for a house or a BMW, has both the UK and the US in the top 10 countries of the world. For 2016, the UK was in 6th place on the household debt list, and the US not far behind in 7th place.
Wow, so we've actually got more debt than America, in terms of like personal debt.
Citizens looking for a higher education and a good start in life might also have to take on a lot of debt before they actually embark on a career. While much of Europe enjoys a free ride or low-cost higher education, England is now said to be the most expensive place in the world to get a college degree. The latest reports state UK nationals attending an English university can expect annual tuition to be $11,715 compared to the $9,410 Americans pay on average per year. On average, the class of 2016 in the USA owed around $37,172 in loans, while students graduating from a university in England could expect to owe as much as something in the region of $40,000 to $55,000.
Easy. My sister's currently doing a degree at the moment, and she, at the end of her degree, will be in debt of about £60,000. All right, so it's a lot of money.
Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland all have cheaper university tuition fees or no tuition fee for Scottish people studying in Scotland. Students may still have to borrow to study though, with a recent report by the Student Loans Company stating the average student debt in Northern Ireland and Scotland was around $26,000 and $15,000 respectively. The Welsh have part of their tuition fees paid for by the Welsh government, but students still rack up debts on average of around $24,000. UK citizens may take some comfort in matters of healthcare, with most costs covered by Britain's National Health Service. Americans are not so fortunate, with an article article in The Atlantic this year stating that more than a quarter of Americans said that someone in their household was struggling to pay off crushing medical debts.
See, that's a concept that I can't get my brain around. I truly can't. It's the fact that you guys pay for medical care. I think we take it for granted in the United Kingdom massively that we have a national health service where you just go to the hospital, go to the doctors. It's all taken care of. You do get good treatment. I don't care what anyone says. National health service, you get looked after, guys. Okay. And yeah, I mean, me and my wife, we went through IVF treatment to have our daughter, and that was free. It was free. This whole service was fantastic, and it's just, I wouldn't have my daughter if it wasn't for the NHS, so I'm very, very grateful.
With that, we come to the end of today's show. Head on over.
Right, let's have a chat about this one, guys. So, the average American versus the average British person, actually, my suspicions kind of, I think I'm right to suspect that we're actually pretty damn similar, all right? And if we weren't similar, we wouldn't get along as well. I truly think, we're on the same moral compass. It's pointing in the same direction. We think the same. We work the same. We're a good country, aren't we? Simple as that. We're good people. We've got high standards, and we're good people. We're nice people, and the large majority is anyway. So I think that's why we're very, very similar, guys. That's why we get along. And yeah, I'm proud to be British. I'm proud to be allies with the Americans. And I've got some good American friends as well, guys. If you want to become my friend, press that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Share this content far and wide. Drop me a comment below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for supporting the channel. Members, thank you for supporting the channel. If you want to become a member, press that join button, guys. All right. But other than that, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.